Imagine walking into a room after a tough day, only to be greeted with a cheerful sign that reads, "Good vibes only." While the message might seem uplifting, it can feel oddly hollow when you're struggling. Many of us have experienced moments where well-meaning advice to just think positive misses the mark, failing to address our real emotions. This scenario highlights a common frustration: the pressure to maintain constant positivity, even when life is anything but perfect. In the following section, we'll take a closer look at the Think Positive movement and explore why its simple slogans may not always offer the support we truly need. Imagine placing a smiley face sticker over your car's check engine light, hoping that optimism alone will fix the problem beneath the surface. This analogy perfectly captures the essence of toxic positivity, a mindset that insists on happiness at all costs, even when real issues demand attention. In this section, we'll put toxic positivity under the microscope, examining how it can mask genuine struggles and prevent meaningful solutions. By exposing its hidden dangers, we aim to challenge the philosophy and reveal why ignoring discomfort can be more harmful than helpful. Prepare to see positivity in a new light, as we uncover what lies beneath the cheerful facade. Toxic positivity refers to the excessive and ineffective overgeneralization of a happy, optimistic state across all situations. This mindset encourages people to ignore genuine emotions and dismiss difficult experiences, often under the guise of offering support or encouragement. Its prevalence stems from cultural norms that value positivity and resilience, sometimes at the expense of authenticity and emotional health. Phrases like, "just stay positive," or "look on the bright side," can seem helpful but may actually invalidate real struggles. By insisting on a constant upbeat attitude, toxic positivity can prevent individuals from processing pain, seeking help, or addressing underlying problems. Recognizing this pattern is essential for fostering genuine empathy and meaningful support. Imagine a house engulfed in flames, yet everyone inside insists that everything is fine. This vivid metaphor illustrates the dangers of forced positivity. When people focus solely on maintaining an upbeat attitude, they may ignore serious issues that require immediate attention. Denial becomes a coping mechanism, preventing meaningful action and solutions. Instead of acknowledging the fire and seeking help, occupants remain passive, hoping that optimism alone will resolve the crisis. This analogy highlights how suppressing genuine concerns can lead to greater harm, emphasizing the importance of facing reality rather than masking it with false cheerfulness. The first major flaw of the "visualize success" mindset is that it often encourages passivity. By focusing solely on positive outcomes, individuals may avoid confronting the real challenges and obstacles that stand in the way of progress. This approach can discourage necessary, and sometimes uncomfortable, conversations about what needs to be addressed or improved. When problems are ignored in favor of maintaining a positive outlook, critical issues may go unresolved. Over time, this can lead to stagnation and missed opportunities for growth. A balanced perspective requires acknowledging difficulties and actively seeking solutions, rather than simply hoping for the best. Toxic positivity can be deeply cruel because it dismisses the real pain and struggles that people experience. When someone is told to simply "look on the bright side" or "stay positive," their genuine emotions are often invalidated. This approach can make individuals feel as though their suffering is unimportant or even non-existent. In extreme cases, it may lead to a form of gaslighting, where people begin to doubt their own feelings and reality. Instead of fostering healing, toxic positivity can create isolation and confusion. Recognizing and validating authentic emotions is essential for true support and understanding. Negativity bias is a fundamental aspect of human psychology, developed as a survival mechanism to help us detect and respond to potential threats. Our brains naturally pay more attention to negative experiences than positive ones, ensuring we remain vigilant in uncertain environments. When we attempt to override this bias with forced positive thinking, we create a conflict within ourselves known as cognitive dissonance. This internal struggle arises because our genuine feelings and perceptions are at odds with the optimistic thoughts we try to impose. As a result, the effort to maintain constant positivity can feel unnatural and even exhausting, making it harder to achieve authentic emotional balance. Negativity bias is a psychological phenomenon where negative experiences and information tend to have a greater impact on our thoughts and behaviors than positive ones. This bias has deep evolutionary roots, as our ancestors needed to be highly attuned to potential threats in their environment to survive. By focusing more on dangers and adverse events, early humans could react quickly to avoid harm, increasing their chances of survival. While this trait helped protect us from predators and other hazards, it also means that we are naturally inclined to notice and remember negative details more vividly than positive ones. Understanding negativity bias helps explain why bad news often feels more significant and why we sometimes dwell on criticism or setbacks. This tendency, though sometimes challenging, remains an essential part of our psychological makeup, shaping how we perceive and respond to the world around us. While affirmations are widely promoted as a tool for self-improvement, their effectiveness is often questioned. Repeating positive mantras like, "I am successful," or, "I am confident," can sometimes have the opposite effect, especially when these statements feel disconnected from reality. When the brain encounters an affirmation that contradicts deeply held beliefs or current circumstances, it may resist or even reject the message. This internal conflict can lead to increased feelings of inadequacy or frustration, rather than motivation. Research suggests that unrealistic optimism can trigger self-doubt, causing people to focus more on their perceived shortcomings. As a result, affirmations may inadvertently reinforce negative emotions instead of fostering genuine self-esteem. Understanding this paradox is important for developing more effective strategies for personal growth. Many people view negative emotions as obstacles to be avoided or suppressed. However, a transformative realization occurs when we begin to see these feelings as valuable sources of information. Rather than treating sadness, anger, or frustration as problems, we can approach them as signals that something important is happening within us or in our environment. This shift in perspective allows us to use negative emotions as data, guiding our decisions and helping us better understand our needs and boundaries. By listening to what our emotions are telling us, we gain deeper self-awareness and can respond more effectively to life's challenges. Ultimately, recognizing negative emotions as meaningful signals opens the door to personal growth and resilience. Fear often serves as an important messenger, alerting us to potential challenges or risks ahead. Rather than viewing fear as a weakness, it can be understood as a signal that preparation may be necessary. When we experience fear, our minds and bodies are prompting us to pay attention, assess the situation, and take steps to protect ourselves or improve our readiness. Ignoring or suppressing fear can sometimes leave us vulnerable, while acknowledging it allows us to respond thoughtfully. By reframing fear as a helpful indicator, we can use it to guide our actions and make more informed decisions. This perspective encourages us to see fear not as an obstacle, but as a valuable tool for growth and safety. Anger often arises when our personal boundaries are crossed or our values are threatened. Rather than viewing anger solely as a negative emotion, it can be seen as a signal that something important needs attention. This heightened emotional state can provide the energy and motivation required to address issues that might otherwise be ignored. When channeled constructively, anger can inspire meaningful action, helping individuals stand up for themselves and advocate for change. Recognizing anger as a catalyst allows us to transform discomfort into purposeful movement, ultimately leading to personal growth or societal progress. Sadness often emerges when something important to us is threatened or lost. This emotional response acts as a signal, highlighting the values and priorities that shape our lives. By paying attention to what triggers our sadness, we gain insight into what truly matters to us, whether it's relationships, aspirations, or cherished experiences. In this way, sadness serves as a guide, helping us clarify our desires and focus on what brings meaning and fulfillment. Understanding these feelings can lead to greater self-awareness and more intentional choices about how we spend our time and energy. Psychological flexibility offers a compelling alternative to the traditional emphasis on positive thinking. Rather than focusing solely on maintaining a positive outlook, this framework encourages individuals to respond to reality with adaptability and resilience. It involves recognizing and accepting difficult thoughts and emotions, while still taking meaningful action aligned with personal values. By cultivating psychological flexibility, people can navigate challenges more effectively, adjust to changing circumstances, and maintain well-being even in the face of adversity. This approach provides practical tools for handling life's complexities, making it a valuable resource for personal growth and emotional health. The Listen, Analyze, Act loop is a structured approach for turning negative emotions into positive outcomes. First, the process begins with listening, taking time to acknowledge and understand the emotion without judgment. Next comes analysis, where you reflect on the underlying causes and patterns, seeking to uncover what triggered the response. Finally, the act step involves using these insights to make informed decisions or changes, whether that means adjusting your behavior, addressing a problem, or seeking support. By following these 3 steps, negative emotions become valuable sources of information, guiding personal growth and meaningful transformation. This loop encourages a proactive mindset, helping individuals respond constructively rather than react impulsively. Blind optimism is characterized by an unwavering belief that everything will turn out well, often ignoring real challenges and potential setbacks. This form of positivity can lead to disappointment when reality fails to meet expectations. In contrast, tragic optimism embraces a more resilient mindset. It recognizes the existence of hardship and suffering, yet chooses to find meaning within those experiences. Rather than denying difficulties, tragic optimism motivates individuals to take purposeful action in the face of adversity. By acknowledging pain and still seeking growth, this approach fosters deeper resilience and a more authentic sense of hope. In summary, embracing psychological flexibility allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and understanding. Rather than suppressing negative emotions, we can view them as valuable data that inform our decisions and personal growth. Rejecting hollow positivity helps us remain authentic, fostering deeper connections with ourselves and others. By acknowledging our full range of emotions, we create space for genuine transformation. Ultimately, growth comes not from ignoring discomfort, but from learning to move through it with openness and curiosity.